All right, screw it. Going live. Yeah, I'm watching a lot of videos. I'm sick, really sick. So excuse my voice, excuse my shoddy appearance. It's just kind of, what a gotta go with the flow. Gotta go with the punches, man. But I was watching this Brendan O'Connell video this morning where he's trashing Adam Green again. Adam Green's a good guy, man. He doesn't mean harm at all. He's I like Adam. I don't know, like people. I think they think that if you have a significant message, that they expect you to be shut down at any notice. And I think there's some truth to that, but at the same time, I also think that they also want to compile us together. All the truth tellers, the people that are trying to fight the powers that be, they're trying to keep us together so they could see where our mind is going. They need a person like Adam to be out there. I don't think he knows if he's being used or something like that. There's all the connections to this, I guess, this San Diego company that he worked for at one point in time. He's already mentioned that, but you know, give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't believe in giving people the benefit of the doubt at all. If you have doubts, you have doubts. They need to be exhausted. Your doubts should be rid. But for the most part, I've talked to Adam. I don't disagree with him on anything. I just see a guy who's trying to do his best to get this information out, and that's it. Um, when it comes to Red Ice, I don't agree with a lot of the standpoints that Red Ice has. Are they Roman pagans? Do they believe in, victory for Europeans and the white race? Sure, they probably do. And I don't think, shaming them or trying to demonize them is going to change their mind about that at all. So I don't know, really understand Brendan O'Connell's tactics here, or what he's trying to prove, or who he's trying to prove it to. He's just saying that optically you look bad associating with these people because he believes in this concept of guilt by association. If you're associated with certain people, that says something about you. And for a large extent, yeah, that's pretty much how the world works. That's absolutely true. You don't want to be associated with people. But I think that understanding that should make you more pronounced, should encourage you to be going out there and being more pronounced in what it is that you actually stand for. If people are going to associate you with something that you don't like, then you need to make your positions absolutely clear, and that's just the story. You don't. I'm not responsible for what other black people do in America. Okay, if other black people want to go rob a bank or loot a store, that doesn't mean that I'm guilty or should be treated as if I am part of that group of people that want to identify themselves as that group. If people want to be Roman pagans, if we share the same skin color, doesn't mean we share the same ideas, and that's just that should be fundamental for people to understand. But I guess Brendan O'Connell, he's trying to appeal to some sort of crowd. I think he's trying to appeal to the upper echelons of the 9/11 truth crowd, the people that have some credibility. The Christopher Blins. He talked about Dr. Alan Sobieski. I never even heard of those people. Okay, for the most part, ever. I never. Once I saw the 9/11 truth and the investigations weren't going to be going anywhere um, within a decade following 9/11, I was like, all right, they don't plan on ever touching this issue. And now we're at the point where most people that learned about 9/11 learned about it within the last, I guess, 8 or 9 years that I've encountered on the internet. Some people are really smart; they're really experts on the topic, but then there's not that visceral connection to those events, and so I don't know, they don't feel like bringing up the investigations themselves is going to lead anywhere. And I don't feel like bringing it up at this point in time is going to lead anywhere either. There's going to be some major revelation in order for that case to be reopened and re-examined to any significant detail. So I don't care what fucking Veterans Affairs or um, whoever talks about 9/11 still does. I don't think that adds or takes away from somebody's credibility. or not, you know. So his whole approach about trying to be credible and try to appear next to people who are credible, to have the heads of military industrial complex look at your information, your work. I don't think that that fucking matters at all, really. I hope that, you know, the worldview that Brendan O'Connell has, this idea that like he's Jason Bourne and he's existing, he's as a target within Malaysia and he's running away from the Israeli state and Chinese government at all times. I mean, I don't hope that that's a reality. What I'm saying is, if if it is reality, man, I'm pretty sure they would have got after you already, or really gone after you. But I'm not trying to diminish the quality of your work, but I really don't think he's as significant as he thinks he is in his own head. He's fucking paranoid. But you know, that comes with the territory, man. Everybody gets a little paranoid, you know, dealing with this material, especially stumbling upon shit you think is really significant. You're like, oh fuck, I think they're coming after me. My boy Adam Green, man, the first time he found out about Talpiot and he did that one show that me and Joseph and Brendan were all on, he was scared to death, like they were coming after him because he, you know, he pieced it all together. It's like, all right, this ties in everything. It's like, yeah, fuck, that shit makes you scared. Let me look at the live chat. I forgot I'm doing this live for a second. I'm thinking I'm over here recording, but you know, let me just do what I was gonna do over here. Talking to my damn self. What's up, people? Long time no see. I am No Race 2. I'm on deep. What's up, my man? Mike Smith, you should get a BitChute. YouTube is dying. Is it? I don't know. I don't know about BitChute. I haven't really like looked into it. BitChute. I don't know how popular it is or if anything. YouTube is, it's not dying to me. I mean, I go into it because it still platforms a lot of I don't know, good people. But I don't know like what the crowd is on BitChute and what they're all about. I like the layout. I like the black look. I do feel like I'm gonna run into a bunch of, you know, just Trump sycophants though, a bunch of Sticks, X, and Hammer wannabes, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, a bunch of anti-cultural Marxism stuff. I'm not for cultural Marxism. I'm not even sure this terminology means anything anymore at this point. I know what it means to a lot of people who support Donald Trump, but what it means in all actuality, it's probably gone. To a lot of people, that basically means, you know, miscegenation, anti-segregationist policies. I really want to start talking to these, you know, black YouTubers and these people that have significant platform, because I want to question them on their segregationist attitudes. That a lot of them are segregationists. It's like your whole entire family, your grandparents fought to end segregation, and here you are constantly like vying for and advocating for resegregating yourselves. You know, I always hear this one, you know, trope in the YouTube sphere, alt media sphere, is like people self-segregate. I'm like, yeah, people do self-segregate, but I don't self-segregate based on the color of people's skin. I don't want to live around shitty ass people. I don't want to live around shitty people. I don't want to live in a shitty area of town. I don't want to live in a shitty neighborhood. Okay? I don't want to live in an area where, you know, people are conglomerating on the street corner, rolling up blunts and smoking in front of my kid. That's not what I want to fucking be around. I want to go into a neighborhood where people are blasting, you know, loud ass fucking music till early hours in the morning or not. It doesn't mean that I don't like fucking people that look like me. I'm saying I don't want to live around that shit. It's not conducive to my lifestyle at all. To some people that might be their culture, but that's not my culture. Okay? Not my personal culture. Me personally. I don't know what culture you want to define that as. Maybe hip hop culture, but it's not mine. It's not Dante culture. Okay? And so I think I hear a lot of stuff. Like I was listening to Adam Green earlier. He was talking about Black Klansmen. I just watched this video that popped up. And, you know, he was talking about, you know, like they're always like demonizing white people and stuff. I'm like, yeah, man, I know exactly how that feels growing up in the 90s, man. Every single freaking movie that had like a black character either made them look like a gangster or a criminal or the first person that needed to die in a horror movie. So it's like, okay, we're all stupid and we all don't know what the hell it is we're doing. We're loud, obnoxious, we're gangsters. And I was like, man, they want people to be scared of us. They want people to think we're just dirty ass people. All of us that look like this out here in the streets are just terrible people, and this is our culture should be shied away from. Or by our culture I mean people that identify as black. I was like, what the hell is going on? My dad would always be like, you see how this movie's anti-black? Now I hear all these people talking about anti-white. It's like, man, I know exactly what you mean when you see the propaganda, placing you in a certain light. I didn't like everybody thinking that I should know how to play basketball growing up. I didn't know how to fucking play basketball. I sucked at basketball. I could rollerblade hella good. I was always grinding and shit, and I tried to, but basketball wasn't my forte. But I would get picked first in teams because people assumed that I knew how to ball. I was like, oh shit, man. Thank you, TV. Thank you for painting this image of me. It has nothing to do with me. So I get it. The television and movies paint images of people and cultures, and people assume that this is how everybody, looks a certain. Everybody that looks a certain way participates in their day-to-day activities. Oh, but Jesus Christ, BitChute, huh? Is that it, Madame Blavatsky on BitChute? What is this? Sage of Quay, Gary Lockman on Madame Blavatsky. Okay. I think Gary Lockman was the guy that did that video on, he did something about Trump and the age of magic or something like that. Okay. I'm going to have to go look at more of Gary Lockman's work because, all these people are getting into this occult worship of Donald Trump with the meme magic and stuff like that. And so I got to look into that, but I've just been so damn busy working. Let me look at the chat again. See what the chat's talking about. I'm bad at dealing with the chat. I'm not no handsome truth. What's up? Aaron, Vincent also supports the continuation of the white race. Vincent, oh, red elephants? Is that what, Vincent, you're talking about? Yeah, I get it. The continuation of the white race. I don't think the white race is going anywhere. I don't believe in this concept of the white race, first and foremost. Yeah, you know what race you are, but what nation do you belong to? That's the question. Okay, there's no black country. You always gotta rehash these points for people that are just so accustomed to thinking along these lines that really don't mean shit. They're inaccurate to the fullest extent. There's no white nation. Okay, there's no black nation. Africa is not a black nation. The shit they have ethnic conflicts within Africa, okay, and they all look relatively around the same type. So silly, man. Oh, but people don't get it. I don't know. What's going on? Sway Guerrera, Sway, you out there? I think he was been making a lot of good content. I don't know if you guys had seen that Trump God Emperor statue that they had floating around. It's pretty freaking ridiculous. Got the double-headed eagle. Got him wearing the Caesar's crown also. Just ridiculous, man. But yeah, this is the Fourth Reich, rise of the Fourth Reich. What was it? Jim Mars used to talk about. The Nazis didn't lose, people. They just became Jews. Jews in name only. Right? They didn't lose. They were still here. Still have their racist eugenic policies. They just operate base of operations out of Israel. And I was telling this in one of my videos today. I was like, you gotta stop looking at Israel as the center, but look at it as the center of the beta test. This is how they want to operate police states around the world. They want to use Israel to test their technology development, all right, to test their police state developments. They want people to emulate what Israel has. So this is why you have the rise of the alt-right. You have people like Richard Spencer saying, yeah, we want to be just like Israel, because they want to set up little, you know, kibbutz all over the United States that in essence have a lot of left-leaning policies, but also in essence have very much so police state policies, you know, containing all these leftist policies. Okay, and so they need people to adopt these ideologies. They need people to think in terms of how does a proper ethno-state need to operate. They want people to think like that because that's what they want to have happen in the United States. They want to balkanize the United States. This is exactly what Yuri Bezmenov was talking about. How to go from an open society, an open, free, liberal society to a closed society. Okay? They want to do that right here, right now. They're doing that, and they're just using the idiot racists to do it. And the people who believe in idiot racism to do it. Okay? I don't think they're going so well. In terms of, you know, were they able to convince me? No, they weren't able to convince me. I'm not going to start joining the Black Panther Party or anything like that anytime soon. So they're not going to convince me because I know what they're trying to do. I understand how they're trying to balkanize and segregate the United States again. I think, you know, it's like, I understand that my parents fought against that. I'm not going to go backwards against everything that my family fought up against. You know, people in my own family getting sprayed by water hoses and getting, you know, attacked by freaking police dogs. You know, why would I try to turn that clock backwards, you know, to fight up against, you know, all this anti-miscegenation policies like they have in Israel? You know, this is one things I agree with Ryan Dawson on. He's good on the idea of civic nationalism. You know, these people that call it cuck nationalism, like Brandon Martinez. No, it isn't. This is the thing, man. These people, like, you know, place the forefathers on this pedestal of, you know, the having these Enlightenment values, taking America to this next level, this higher level of understanding when it comes to how you know, political policy should be implemented within the United States. It's like, man, don't you think those were some great achievements? The civic national achievements of the founding fathers. Don't you think that was a great thing? If you think these people are so great, why would you be trying to, like, throw everything that it is that they they accomplished under the bus and just run over it and go to adopting some other freaking societies and cultures' values? Like, why is every white nationalist that I run into trying to act basically like a Chinese government? You know, there's another thing with Trump. It's like all the Trump supporters like, yeah, look at him. He's getting along with Kim Jong-un. Yeah, we want to stop war with North Korea. It's like, no, it's not about him getting along with them. It's about him befriending and adopting Kim Jong-un policies. You know, we don't want Donald Trump to become Kim Jong-un. We don't want, or whatever the fuck his name is. We don't need him to, you know, build rapport on that level where he's actually emulating this guy's behaviors. No, we don't need that. We don't want Jair Bolsonaro in Brazil acting like fucking Donald Trump, like Vincent Red Elephants is, you know, trying to tell people that he's a great guy, saying that, you know, he would have killed his son if he found out he was a homosexual. I don't agree with fucking homosexuality, but I don't think it's right for his guy to, you know, like, think about killing his fucking own son just because he might find out he's homosexual. That, and what else did Jair Bolsonaro said? He said that if black people in his country are lazy and they don't do shit. I was like, you know what? That might be true, but still, like, come on, man. You expect the president of your country to fucking say that? You want your president to be saying shit like that? What are you calling for? What are you calling for? If, you know, that's what your president just goes out and openly says when they know half their population is, you know, are Afro-Brazilians. There's so many people in Brazil, you know, that came over from Portugal during the transatlantic slave trade. Okay. Oh fuck, man, I'm trying to read and talk at the same time, but I don't get it, man. Everybody's supporting these fascist dictators. They want Trump to align with them and, you know, basically operate on the same frequency as these people. So that's not good. It's not good to have, you know, ultra nationalistic fascism to the point where it's straight up, you know, racially based eugenic policies. No, we don't want that. Yeah, and they might be going against your guys' idea or conception of globalism, but then it's like they really aren't though. They're really not going against globalism at all. They just have transferred globalism into this outright, you know, militaristic, fucking authoritarian dictatorship posturing. Okay, that's the new globalism, and they didn't get rid of globalism. They just made it more fucking appealing to racists. That's all they did. Or people who think that race matters, which is racists. Black Lives Matter, racists. Okay. Anyways, I don't know what's going on. I didn't mean to do this live stream. I'm gonna delete this shit. It's just like I was like, all right. I don't want to record and have to edit something. I'm actually working on this video of what's her name, Faith Goldie, because Faith Goldie went on Alex Jones yesterday. It's funny how Alex Jones keeps on having on, like, you know, the alt-light, the people who are like the gateway to straight up, you know, white nationalism. Faith Goldie. I'm pretty sure he might have Lana Lockteff on pretty soon, if, you know, he can. I don't know. That might be the dividing line for Alex Jones, but he has Faith Goldie on, so there's like a bunch of cross-pollination going on there. But he had on this chick, what's her name? Martina Markova, man. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Had to do a little research on her. But, this video, I was trying to do I spelled her name wrong. She, oh, shit, man. She's like a damn near a stripper in one of these videos. Markova? Is it Kova? Is it Markova? Yeah, this chick. Is that her? I don't know. I forget her name. Something. But, it was just kind of funny. I was going to do a supercut video of them dancing around and putting milk all over her body. You know, these are the trad thoughts, I guess. I'm not prepared for any of this, so this is all terrible editing. Terrible live stream. Come on. Which I don't care. Nobody watches my shit anyways. Mike Smith, what's up? Thanks. Hi from Iran. Yeah, how is things in Iran? Brendan O'Connell thinks Iran is working with the Israelis. What do you think, Bedad? Do you think a lot of your government is, I don't know, posturing? They're not really at war with any Israelis. They're just trying to look. Faith Goldie retweeted me once. Yeah. Okay, that's funny. I wonder what that retweet was, Olive. What was it, man? What was she talking about? I don't go on Twitter enough at all, really, to tell you the truth. Let me find this video, though, because it's hilarious. But I don't know if they're going to know what to do if the so-called leftists stop being so damn crazy and start making sense. I don't think that's really ever going to happen because the shit they advocate for, a lot of them, I mean, the trans activism stuff is just ridiculous. But oh yeah, one of my predictions came true. Donald Trump passes this legislation to basically stop anti-gay policies in other countries or something like that. I was like, I knew they were gonna do that. They want to use this rhetoric to basically go into certain African countries and go into Iran to do regime change. It's like, yeah, of course, man. I was saying that last year during the Super Bowl. I did a video on how what I saw them basically boosting up Chelsea Manning, and I was like, oh, because she was gonna run for Congress. I was like, all right, what they're trying to do with this whole Chelsea Manning thing is like create some new legislation that's, you know, pro-gay, but pro-gay inside of other countries. Therefore, they could use certain countries like in Africa that are anti-gay as a reasoning and basis behind going into invade. And I was like, wow, yeah, they really want to go and save gay people in other countries. Yeah, freaking right. Yeah, if those gay people are standing on top of gold or oil, then yeah, sure. that's it, man. Come on. Who can't see through this shit? I guess I'm not going to be able to find this Martina. I can look through my history, but then I don't know what else is in there. Martina. Whatever. Screw it. Oh yeah, see, there goes Sway Guevara. He did a video on Third Realm. I was never intending on, you know, teaching these people about this concept, but it's good. It's getting out there. I don't know why Webster Tarpley started talking about it. I learned about it before I ever heard Webster Tarpley mention Third Realm, so I'm glad he is a historian, is aware of this. But here goes this video.
So to speak, to do anything about protecting our heritage, our present, and our children's future, well, then we are giving these guys, again, a wide open field to execute their will, and we've seen what their will is.
She was just like, they were baby raping Satanists. And I couldn't believe that. I mean, she's like, they're demons over here on InfoWars, trying to be all, you know, hyperbolic and, you know, sensationalist. I was like, oh man. She's slick, man. She's a slick propagandist, this chick, Faith Goldy. Really good at what it is she's doing. But I'm not falling for it.
And then now they can increment all the way up to this point.
So what comes next to both of you?
It's a scary question, Alex. You know, I wish I was wrong for what comes next. My answers along the way, my 10 years of reporting, journalism, commentary, I wish I was wrong every time I try to warn people of what comes next. But let me tell you, we now have an international, both temporal and, frankly, as far as I'm concerned, a spiritual war between good and evil. And they are now personified as the nationalists versus the globalists.
Of course, right? And who are the globalists? I don't know what's going to happen next, but I'm going to tell you what comes next. It's not good. It's not good. But no, this chick right here, she's like a stripper or something. And Alex Jones is having her on, and he's like staring at her boobs the whole time. And so I was gonna do this funny super cut. It's just so funny because, let me show you this video. This probably might get this video a strike or something if I show this video, but it's on YouTube already. So I don't know. It can't be too bad. This chick, right? God damn, that is loud. Hold on.
Is gonna be the wonderful, unique, talented, beautiful Lady Alchemy. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause.
Lady Alchemy. This is called Milk is Racist. She's gonna do with that jar of yogurt. Look what's going on in the background. She's watching like some anime porn. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is YouTube friendly. Dum dum. Dum dum. Dum dum. Look at this chick. Look at this chick, she's like, what? I think I've seen this anime before. Look at this guy. In the back, the purple shirt. Take your hands out of your pockets, man. You can't see what you're doing. This is Brandon Martinez kind of music. Oh, in the mouth. Was that paint? Now starring on the InfoWars nightly news program. Oh wait. Oh wait. It gets good. It gets real good. So yeah, that's on YouTube. That is on YouTube. Oh man, now she's on Alex Jones show, and it goes on for like 5 minutes. It's a pretty good video. Go watch it. I think I might have to go watch it a couple more times. But yeah, she's out here promoting traditional, American values. That video is found on Donna Trumplova. Oh man. If you support Donald Trump, you gotta support Russia. And that's the thing, like, it's like the Jimmy Dore crowd, the Jimmy Dore and Kyle Kulinski. Jimmy Dore. Oops. These people are like, they're part of that mentality that because Hillary Clinton screwed over Bernie Sanders, therefore any news that doesn't focus on how the DNC was infiltrated or taken over by Hillary Clinton and Seth Rich was murdered by, Hillary Clinton, and overly focuses on Russia it's just bullshit to me. And there's like, I watch all these big YouTubers on the left, and like none of them want to touch Russia with like a 60-foot pole, except for David Pakman and the Young Turks. They're the only ones who kind of take it seriously. And David Pakman, he's a Jew. He's not exactly a Zionist, but he's not like anti-Zionist because, there's so much animosity towards Zionism that he feels compelled to protect his own, protect the Israeli government in some sense. He always classifies things as left wing and right wing. Therefore, he could say like, I'm for the left wing Israelis. I'm just against the right wing Israelis. It's like, no, man, the left wing Israelis are just as racist and authoritarian as the right wing. But he thinks he can make some sort of distinction out there. But yeah, he's one of the only people that will look at Russia with a critical eye. He knows about Alexander Dugin. He doesn't break it down or explain it. Michael Brooks of the of the Majority Report, he talked about Dugin. I gotta go find that video actually because I didn't even know he talked about him. But Jimmy Dore, he doesn't want to take the time to look into anything like Duginism. He's not equipped to do that. He's an idiot basically. But because he's an idiot, he's drawn to coming to certain conclusions that idiots come to, like, all right, this Russiagate thing is a hoax. That's what idiots come to. The conclusion idiots come to is that Russiagate is a hoax because of the crying wolf syndrome, because people keep on saying Russia, therefore they want me to overly focus on Russia, therefore I adopt a Pavlovian response to the terminology of Russia. Anytime I hear words Russia, ding, I look the other way. That's what Jimmy Dore is doing. A lot of people do that. A lot of people, but he's the most prominent lefty, so-called lefty, that does that. And I don't believe in the left-right paradigm, but a lot of people who go to Jimmy Dore are gonna support the candidates that he supports and support the ideology that he supports. Okay, so a lot of people are looking to him to trash the left from the left, and so he gets a lot of Donald Trump supporters on his show, just like what's that guy, H.A. Goodman. Even Tim Pool, sort of in the same boat. These people don't want to look at anything dealing with Russia. They say there's no evidence of collusion. It's not about the fucking evidence of collusion. It's about the evidence that Donald Trump's a goddamn liar and he's been working with the Russian mafia for at least 30, 40 years. Okay, that's all you need to know. Felix Sater was operating up in Trump Towers, selling them freaking, sitting in them hotel rooms because those hotel rooms operated as money laundering facilities for oligarchs. That's what it was. That's a well-known fact. Okay? And if you don't understand that, then of course you're going to come to certain conclusions like, oh, Russiagate's a hoax. It's really just about Hillary Clinton not being able to come to terms with the facts that she lost an election fair and square. No, she fucking didn't. Okay, there are elements of the deep state that fucking do want to protect her, but they're all compromised. They all been too busy selling the technology that's used to spy on themselves to people that would use that technology against them in foreign governments. Okay. And this is, you know, that's why it's hard for people to understand the concept like Ryan Dawson, that, you know, there are frenemies out there. There's people that pose as our enemies on certain issues, but they pose as our friends on certain issues. But really, they're not our friends because they're working together with the worst elements of our own government to create policies that screw us all over as citizens, okay? Russia's always been working with the United States in this capacity. They work with the United States to go into other countries and split it up. Okay, look at East Germany and West Germany. That's us with the Russians. All right, go after World War II. We're talking about Korea. Korea gets split in two. It's North Korea. Hey, Russians, you take the north part. You help with these. Work with the Northerners. We'll work with the Southerners. You guys can operate your communist, collectivist type of mentality, and we'll have the Southerners operating this, you know, capitalist mentality. All right, same shit. You fast forward a couple of years, we're in Cuba. Hey, well, Cuba's, Castro's working with the fucking Russians. We got to contain communism. It was the containment strategy, right? Fast forward a couple of years, we're fucking doing the same shit in Vietnam. The Russians, they're giving the Viet Cong AK-47s, M16s versus AK-47s. So it's always the name of the game, okay? Russia, M16s versus AK-47s. We split up the proceeds of whatever conflict this supposed conflict needs to take place in a certain country. And then, hold on. It needs to take place in a certain country, and we go into that country and we split it up, okay? After we have this fake-ass conflict. What did I mention? So I said Korea, Vietnam, Cuba, Afghanistan's another one. Then you go to Nicaragua. Nicaragua is that's where that happened. That's why I'm with my wife, because she's running away from the Russian-backed Sandinistas. So it's the same story. Same story. Okay? They're frenemies. You guys be the enemies. We'll be the good guys to our own country. Except for, like, you know, people who are more in the know. They know that we're not really the good guys either. But that doesn't mean the fucking Russians are good guys because our CIA is going to battle with them. No, they just use the troops as cannon fodder to die in these fucking fake ass wars. And so they could set up certain, you know, better operated, you know, puppet regimes in these countries. But they're not really against the idea of communism at all. They're not trying to contain it. They're trying to operate it. We understand that out here. Your guys' plans are, I mean, if they just would stop making movies about it, I wouldn't understand. You know, I would probably be like, oh, they don't get it. But they make movies about it. We fucking seen Rambo, okay? We know how you guys operate on both sides. Yuri Bezmenov tells you, the Perestroika deception tells you that they were going to move into drugs and weapon sales. It's just there's certain people out here who don't fucking get it. Ryan Dawson doesn't get it. He doesn't get it at all. He's convinced that RT is out here telling you the truth. I think Vice News did some piece with Alex Jones. It was pretty interesting where they were like, do you, Alex Jones, do you believe in Russia Today? And he's like, yeah, it's more credible than our own news agencies. It is in a certain context. Do they talk shit about the American government? Yeah. Just like Alex Jones, they talk shit about the American government. So on that level, you guys can agree about something. You both hate fucking America. But Russia hates America in a different kind of way. They don't want to see America have a working constitution that people understand and implement into their day-to-day lives. They don't want that. They want authoritarian police state. They want Soviet Empire in America, a balkanized, collection of fucking I guess, miniature states, okay, that they can control from the top down. Okay, and this all fits into, you know, their plan for, you know, creating all these kibbutz and shit like that also. But let me say, Alex Jones, Vice News. Let me see if I can show you this clip. Alex Jones says Trump is just the start. Was it this one video? I think it was this video. They like go into his office. Let's see if I can open up the transcript and find it. RT. Was it this one? Yeah, it was this one. Okay, let me fast forward. They go look through his office where he's like talking shit about Hillary Clinton. Oh yeah, here we go.
Room whiteboard, his staff had mapped out media organizations they believe are enemies of freedom.
I noticed that you're the most free and independent is, oddly enough, you.
Yes.
How do you know how we got here?
You know, I was just saying, used to Vice before it was owned by the bigwigs would be kind of more over here, but now it's kind of the middle.
So I just want to be clear that Vice is here on the Tyranny and Freedom Index, but these two who are owned by the Kremlin are more free than the media organization that you're talking about.
Well, no, they're up at the top and state-run.
But they're also closer to the freedom.
Yeah, I mean, I found their stuff to be more based in reality.
So he says RT is state-run freedom, right? Talk about existing in a paradoxical realm. State-run freedom, okay? Yeah, they promote all the freaking ideas that most people on the alt media want to hear. They want to hear. RT will say exactly what most people expect to hear when you're somewhat in the know of what the CIA and the, you know, NSA is doing. Okay, RT will put it right into your, out of their mouths into your head, or would make it seem like it's out of your head into their mouths back into your head. Okay, so people will be like, yeah, I love RT, and they say they do some good work, but you have to be aware of what the fuck the Kremlin is, what Third Rome is, what these people are planning on doing, and how they plan on taking over America. Yeah, they fucking work with Donald Trump. Yeah, Donald Trump is trying to sell the United States out to the highest bidder on the Belt and Road. Okay? I talked about this shit 2 freaking years ago now, explaining how they were going to do this. But I knew about it in 2005. I didn't even know there was terminology for the Belt and Road Initiative. Just knew that, you know, the plan for economic dirigism that, you know, was outlined by Lyndon LaRouche was this plan to, you know, switch this, you know, this bullshit economy into this idea of capital or physical economy, human resources, literally human resources, where they could look at humans as a type of resource that they could exploit. And I was like, well, how the fuck are they going to do that? Well, they want to classify people. How so? Oh, by race and genetics. Okay. Then you have the rise of like 23andMe and all these genetic, you know, mapping facilities and stuff. It's like this stuff is all connected and tied together. But you got to also look at the idea that, hey, they were planning on doing this back in the you know, the 30s and the 20s in this country anyways, under the eugenics programming. Okay? Yeah, it was designed to target darky people. Okay, the Tuskegee experiments are proof of that. Okay? Yeah, they were experimenting and, you know, injecting syphilis into black soldiers. Okay? Hello. So when I hear people talking about white genocide, I hear you, but look at the last 600 years, man. You really telling me they haven't targeted dark people en masse? No, man, en masse. And then the more I looked into the history, it's like, yeah, this is part of Hinduism. This is their culture also, to rid the world of darkies. Most people don't know how freaking racist Mahatma Gandhi is, but you know, he's held up as this arbiter of all values of, you know, humanitarianism. Like, no more, it's more like humanism, and not even humanism in the fluffy language sense, but more like humanism in the idea that there are different types of humans and they all need to be cataloged, categorized, and put into their respective boxes for, you know, I guess whether or not they need to are fit to survive or not. And I'm like, well, this is exactly what George Bernard Shaw was talking about when he was, talking about how we, the Fabian socialists would create a society that, determined who got to live and who got killed. Okay. It's crazy. Like, they're really just implementing eugenics programs. They're getting all these white nationalists to agree with it. And then at the same time that they're getting all these white nationalists to agree with it, they are creating basically the propaganda needed for people to support it. And that's crazy. And I'm like, no, I don't support it. I support individual freedoms and, basic human rights that are outlined in the Bill of Rights and Constitution. I don't want civil rights. I don't want some other layer of rights on top of this, on top of the rights I already have that, at the same time segregate me out or classify me as some different type of human. No, I just want to be recognized as an American. That's it. And I see so many damn black people right now asking for reparations. Like, how are they going to dole out reparations? Who's that money going to be coming from? It's going to be coming from you at some point because you're a taxpayer, you idiot. Stop thinking of yourselves as a black person. Think of yourself as a damn American taxpayer. But they feel like somebody owes them something. And so they feel like they got to get paid. Like Elizabeth Warren, she's campaigning on fucking reparations, giving reparations out for racial injustice. So is Kamala Harris. Come on now. But you see it? They can place people into this concept of the black vote, get people thinking like there's this such thing as this black vote, like all people that somewhat look like me are this one homogenous blob that all think and act exactly the same. Therefore, they can say, we're going to get them all. We're going to get that black vote, that one singular entity that, has I guess a definite, atomic weight or some shit. Like they know exactly how many votes they're going to get by getting the black people to agree on who their, I guess, proposed candidate is. Bullshit. I'm not going to vote for fucking Bernie Sanders because he sold out in 2009. That's another thing, man. People need to understand, like, he's screwed over. Like, now I look at Ron Paul, I understand libertarianism a little more, but Ron Paul had a good idea to audit the Fed in 2009, 2010. And they were trying to get that legislation passed. And Bernie Sanders watered this he fucking watered the shit down out of that bill. They were going to have that bill that was going to be a recurring audit every year. Bernie Sanders was like, no, I got to protect my Jewish buddies. It's only going to be a one-time audit. It's like that audit would have did so much. You have all these fucking lefties that want to see Donald Trump's tax returns. Well, that would have been the way to do it. You would have been able to audit all these foreign banks. You would have been able to audit Deutsche Bank back in 2010. We would have been able to see how much fucking money Deutsche Bank was lending to people like Donald Trump. Because Donald Trump got $1 billion from Deutsche Bank back in 2006. People don't understand that. He's a bankrupt fucking con man fraud. He doesn't know business. He barely knows how to fucking write his own name. He's an idiot. But he's used by fucking people to paint the image that he's some sort of like businessman genius. No, he's not. He's completely created and manufactured by the media. But, he's maintained through the media, okay? But anyways, yeah, the point was Bernie Sanders screwed over Ron Paul's legislation to audit the Fed, okay? I got off on a goddamn tangent, but, that's what happens when you're tired. Bernie Sanders, man. Bernie Sanders is a fucking fraud, okay? I like Tulsi Gabbard. I posted some shit back in the day when I was watching this whole Syria shit unfold. And it's like, hey, Tulsi Gabbard is actually going out to Syria to see Assad and at least assess the situation for herself. But then it's like, now that I find out she's like a Hindu nationalist, I'm like, all right, man, she's probably gonna want to implement the same sort of caste system that, a Hindu would like to have, arranged marriage. That's all eugenics. That's not American. Okay, I don't know. I don't know if that's really what she cares about, because I don't know. She's getting trashed by the lefties, extreme lefties, because she said some shit that's anti-gay. But I could see a lot of people that would have voted for Donald Trump for a second term, voting for Tulsi Gabbard if Donald Trump doesn't do a wall, which it seems like he's not going to be able to accomplish in any sort of capacity. So Tulsi Gabbard might be your first female president. I don't know. They're treating her, they're giving her the cold shoulder just like they were doing to Donald Trump. They don't include her in any like presidential hopefuls list or anything like that. She's kind of just like cast aside. But in the alt media, she's really popular. She's almost like Donald Trump, maybe 2015 level at this point. Yeah, a little bit. She's not a rock star like Donald Trump, so I don't know. She might get the nomination and just lose to Donald Trump again. But I see her, you know, she's holding her own. She's holding her own out there. She's against the wars. The thing is, she's pro-Russia. She's pro-Russia in the same sense that Donald Trump is pro-Russia. They're not anti-Russia. They're not going to say explicitly that they're pro-Russia. But for the most part, not being in the way of Russia is pretty much pro-Russia at this point. Okay, so like I said again, the same type of people who think of RT as being this great bastion of truth, they look at Tulsi Gabbard and support her. Fucking, I think Jimmy Dore is on RT now all the time too. Who else did they swoop up into their propaganda? Ben Swann. I used to love Ben Swann when he was calling out fucking Obama funding ISIS and shit. It's like, yeah, Ben Swann's great. Now he's on like RT as a recurring guest. Same with Lionel. All these same people are, you know, Trump supporting, but, you know, at the same time, anti-neocon people. It's like Ryan Dawson, okay? They're just confused about, you know, being friends with Russia and trying to stop, you know, World War III. They think, you know, we want to stop bombs from being dropped all over the planet. That's why we need to, you know, submit to Russia's goals and aims. I'm like, no, we don't. You guys are, first of all, no one's actually saying what Russia wants to do. No one's outlining what Russia's actual goals are. All these people that are pro-Russia, no one's telling you what Russia wants. It's outlined in that book. Okay, but we'll just go watch Lenin and LaRouche. Go look at Schiller Institute and go look at, you know, Alexander Dugin's books if you want to know what Russia's goals are. Their main goal is to destabilize the United States. But that's their main goal. Main goal is to make sure that we fucking can't, you know, stand a chance to fight them. So, but other than that, their main goal is to go take over Africa, take over Venezuela, take over fucking Brazil, just the biggest economies on earth outside of, you know, China, Russia. Anyways, I gotta fucking go, but yeah, peace out, people.